Hello everyone, welcome back all of you. In the previous session we had discussion on homogeneous linear differential equations of higher order, and we had the look of list of formats that if we are having the roots in this particular formats, how we are going to write the general solutions. So let us recap in the shortest manner, because we made the list of formulas, but to keep the formulas in our mind in an effective manner, we'll make little kind of understanding so that we does not find it difficult to write the solution. So if we have homogeneous linear differential equation of type f of d into y is equal to 0, because if it is 0 then only it is homogeneous. If this capital X is the function of x, then it will be non-homogeneous linear differential equation. So as of now, as we are talking about homogeneous linear differential equations, we have this auxiliary equation f of d is equal to 0. So, and also I said one more thing, that the number of arbitrary constants. So while writing the solution, we were writing C1, C2, C3, C4. So all of them are the arbitrary constants. So the number of arbitrary constants is going to be the order of differential equation or the number of roots, because if it is of second order, we are going to get 2 roots. If it is of third order, we are going to get 3 roots. So either it is going to be the number of roots, or we can say the order of differential equation. So, and then we proceeded further after calculating the roots. We are able to understand that if the roots are real, complex or irrational, what terms we are going to get. So in the case of real roots, we are going to get the exponential terms. Like if the roots are a, b and c, we are going to get the terms like e power ax, e power bx and e power cx, and in the multiplication the arbitrary constant will be c1, c2 and c3. And in the case of complex, if we have the roots like alpha plus iota beta and alpha minus iota beta, so this is nothing but a and this is nothing but b. So in that case, the real part going to give us the exponential term e power alpha x, and the real part, imaginary part beta is going to give us the trigonometric terms cos beta and sin beta. So we wrote the solution something like e power alpha x, and inside c1 cos beta x plus c2 sin beta x, and b and c alpha plus iota beta and alpha minus iota beta, two roots are there, so we are going to get the arbitrary constant as c1 and c2, so they are 2 in number. And in the case of exponential, if we are getting the root something like a plus alpha plus root over beta, and b is equal to alpha minus root over beta, so in that case again this alpha term is going to give us the exponential terms e power alpha x, and this irrational term root over beta are going to give us the cos hyperbolic root over beta and sin hyperbolic root over beta. So this strategy we have to keep in mind, that if we are getting real roots means exponential term, and complex root means real part and imaginary part, both are there. So real means exponential and imaginary term is going to give us the trigonometric function cos beta and sin beta. And in the case of irrational, alpha plus minus root over beta, so alpha is going to give us the exponential term, and root over beta is going to give us the hyperbolic terms. So that we have to keep in mind. So that was our basic concepts. So, and again, if we are having the repeated roots, so the terms are going to be like this only. If real means exponential, complex means exponential plus trigonometric, irrational means exponential plus hyperbolic. But if the roots are repeated means we have roots like a and a two times. So in that case, again e power ax term will be there, but instead of c1 c2 we are going to write c1 plus c2x, because we are not going to write c1 e power ax plus c2 e power ax. That is not going to be the case. Instead we are going to write c1 plus c2x e power ax. And in the case of complex, and also I said one more thing, that complex or irrational, they are going to come in pair, because alpha plus minus iota beta or alpha plus minus root over beta. So we are going to get either 2 repeated roots or 4 repeated roots. We are not going to get odd number of repeated roots. That we are going to get only in terms of real roots. For example, a, b and a and a. So c1 plus c2x plus c3x square e power x. But in the case of complex terms, we are going to write something like c1 plus c2x plus c3x square plus c4x square, then cos hyperbolic root over beta x, because two roots alpha plus iota beta or alpha minus iota beta, they are repeated two times, means total 4 roots are there. So in that case we are going to write terms like this. So that was the basic understanding whatever we had discussed in the previous session. And I said to make our session compact one, we are going to discuss few problems, because mathematics means we need not only have the look of theory, we should have the understanding of problem solving as well. So let us begin with our problem solving, that how we are going to apply it actually. So I have taken 5 problems and will try to make one or two more out of them. And the first problem is 2d square plus 8 into y is equal to 0, and the given equation is the given condition is at x equal to 0 the y is going to be 0, and at x equal to 0 the dy by dx is equal to 10, because this is the order of 2, right? And in the case of order 2 we are going to get two roots means two arbitrary constants c1 and c2. So we must have two equations to get those c1 and c2, then only we will be able to tell the value for some particular uh, point if it is asked. So the value of y at x equal to 1 is being asked. So first we have to calculate the general solution, then its exact solution, and then we have to put the value y equal to 1. So let us go step by step. So the auxiliary equation f of d is equal to 2d square plus 8 is equal to 0. So 2d square is equal to minus 8, d square is equal to minus 4. So d is equal to, we are going to get plus minus 2 iota, because iota square is nothing but minus 1, right? So 2 iota whole square is, square of 2 is 4, and iota square is minus 1, or minus if it is there, so minus 2 iota. So again we are going to get minus 4, because square of minus 2 is again 4 and iota square is minus 1. So we are going to get the root as plus minus 2 iota. So that is nothing but complex root, alpha plus minus iota beta. Alpha is equal to 0 and beta is equal to 2. So in the case of complex root we are going to get the terms as e power alpha x and cos beta x and sin beta x, right? So the general solution will be y is equal to e power alpha x, but alpha is 0, so e power 0 is 1, so we are not going to get the e power alpha x term. So c1 cos beta x, beta is nothing but 2, c1 cos 2x plus c2 sin beta x, so c2 sin 2x. So this is going to be our general solution, but to make it exact one we have two conditions that we have to make use of. So y of 0 is equal to 0, so put x equal to 0 and y should be 0. So c1 cos 0 is nothing but 1 and c2 sin 0 is 0. So c1 is going to be 1 from condition number 1, and from condition number 2 at x equal to 0 dy by dx has to be 10. So first differentiate this with respect to x, dy by dx. c1 differentiation of cos is minus sin 2x into 2 plus, and differentiation of sin is nothing but cos, c2 cos 2x into 2, and now put at x equal to 0 dy by dx is equal to 10. So sin 0 is again 0 and cos 0 is 1, so 2 c2. So from here we are going to get c2 is equal to 5. So to have the value of two constant we must have two conditions, right? Because it is of second order we have two arbitrary constants. So c1 is 0 and c2 is 5. So let us put that in our general solution. So c1 is 0, c2 is 5. So this term will vanish, this will be 5 sin 2x. So y is equal to 5 sin 2x is the exact answer of our differential equation with the given conditions. And now we are interested in calculating the value of y at x is equal to 1. So that is going to be our answer. So y is equal to 5 sin 2 and x is equal to 1. So 5 sin 2, and also keep in mind those angle inside are in radians. So while making use of gate calculators, make sure that you are taking the angle as in the radian. So 5 sin 2 radian. So the answer we are going to get as 4.54. So this will be the solution of our question. This type of question can be asked in the numerical type. So let's have the look of problem number 2. So first one we have done. Problem number 2 is d square plus 1 whole square into y is equal to 0. Only general solution is being asked, so no conditions are given and no exact question is also asked that at this particular point what will be the value. So having the look of the given question, we have the f of d is equal to d square plus 1 whole square, and if we equate it equal to 0, this is going to be our auxiliary equation. So by solving it, we have d square plus 1 into d square plus 1 is equal to 0. Square means we will write 2 times and we will make it 0 first. D square plus 1 is equal to 0, d square is equal to minus 1. So again we are going to get the roots as plus minus iota, and again here also we are going to get d is equal to plus minus iota because the equation is same only. So we are having complex roots but they are repeated in nature. So iota and iota 2 times and minus iota and minus iota 2 times. So we need to write the general solution. So in that case again complex roots, we are going to get e power alpha x terms and cos beta and sin beta, but they are repeated roots and they are repeated 2 times. So instead of c1 c2 we are going to get C1 plus C2x and C3 plus C4x. And why C1, C2, C3, C4? Because this is of order 4, d square, and d square is nothing but d power 4. So 4 order means we are going to get the 4 arbitrary constants. So let us write the general solution. So from here alpha is equal to 0 and beta is equal to 1, because we have the roots are plus minus iota and plus minus iota. If we compare it with alpha plus minus iota beta, alpha is equal to 0, beta is equal to 1. So general solution will be y is equal to e power alpha x. So e power 0x. So let's write it 1 itself. And c1 plus c2x cos beta x. Beta is nothing but 1 plus c3 plus c4x and sin beta x. So beta is 1. So this is going to be a general solution. So see, there is nothing much in it. Just you have to be very confident enough while writing the solution, and keep the format in your mind, something like this only. Real means exponential and complex means exponential plus trigonometric, and irrational means exponential plus hyperbolic function. So if that kind of picture is in your mind, you will be able to write the solution very fastly. So we have done 2 problems, and let us proceed further with more problems in quick manner. Okay, so the third one, as I said, it is not given in the terms of d, right? So we have the equation as y double dash minus 4y dash minus 6y is equal to 0. So what we have to do, y dash is nothing but d by dx, dy by dx. So in that d by dx we have to put capital D. So y dash we can write dy. So first we have to get the function of d. So d square minus 4d minus 6 and dy I am taking out. So this is going to be a f of d. So f of d is not given directly. First we have to convert it in the term of f of d by doing the substitution d by dx as capital D. Or if it is given in terms of t, right? So like d y by dt if it is given. So in that case d by dt we have to put as capital D. So the simple understanding, d by first differentiation is going to give put as capital D. So f of d is nothing but d square minus 4d minus 6, and if we equate it equal to 0, so this is going to be our auxiliary equation. And now let us have the look of its root. So let's make the use of formula minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a, the solution of quadratic equation. So here we have a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 4 and c is equal to minus 6. By comparing it with ax square plus bx plus c. So the solution of this particular quadratic equation is nothing but minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So minus b, so minus minus 4 is plus 4 plus minus under root b square. So minus 4 square is nothing but 16 minus 4, a is nothing but 1 and c is nothing but minus 6 divided by 2a is 1. So 4 plus minus under root 16 plus 6 for the 24 divided by 2, and 24 and 6 30 and 4 40, 4 plus minus root over 40 by 2. So we are going to get the root as divide by 2, or let us keep it as it is one more time. So this we can write 5 8 ja, and 5 into 2 into 2 into 2, right? So 2 root 10 we can write as 2 root 10 divided by 2. So this will be 2 plus minus root over 10. So this we are going to get as irrational roots, alpha plus minus root over beta, right? So third case we are going to get. So let us rub this solution part and write the general solution of our equation directly. So as I said, we have to make it in the auxiliary form and then calculate the root and write the direct solution. Nothing much is there. So the solution, general solution, y is going to be, so in the case of irrational root, we are going to have the exponential term, and due to this irrational part, we are going to get the hyperbolic term. So c1 cos hyperbolic root over beta x plus c2 sin hyperbolic root over beta x, and put the value of alpha and beta. Alpha is nothing but 2, so e power alpha x, so e power 2x, and c1 cos hyperbolic root over beta, so root over 10x plus c2 sin hyperbolic root over 10x. So that is going to be our general solution directly. So okay, let's move to the third problem. So as only direct general solutions are asked, so we need not have to put the values, calculate the exact solution and then some value. So but the problem number 1 is kind of important format, because they are going to give you the easier equation only, but you should have the idea that how we are going to make use of initial conditions and how we are going to get the exact value. So this kind of format is really important instead of writing the general solution directly. And let us move to the problem number 4. So again we are not having the function of d directly, so I am putting the d by dx as capital D. So I'll write it directly over here. So d square plus 4d plus 5 into y is equal to 0, right? So this f of d is equal to d square plus 4d plus 5 is equal to 0. So this is going to be our auxiliary equation, and we have to calculate the roots of it. So again, quadratic equation will make use of formula minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So a is equal to 1, b is equal to 4, and c is equal to 5. So put the values of a, b and c. Minus b plus minus under root b square, 4 square 16 minus 4a, and c is nothing but 5 divided by 2a. So minus 4 plus minus under root 14 minus 5 for the 20. 16 minus 5 for the 20 divided by 2. So I think I am going to get complex roots over here. So 16 minus 20 is minus 4, and square root of 4 is 2, but due to minus sign we are going to get the iota term over there. So iota 2 divided by 2, because root over minus 1 is nothing but iota. So root over minus 4 we are going to write as minus 1 into 4. So this root over minus 1 is iota, and this root over 4 is 2. So we are going to get minus 4 plus minus iota 2 by 2. So the solution we are going to get as minus 2 plus minus iota, right? So if we divide by 2, we are going to get minus 2 plus minus iota. So this is nothing but, again, the complex roots are there. Alpha plus minus iota beta, alpha is equal to minus 2, beta is equal to 1. So again it is simpler to write the solution directly. So general solution, alpha means we are going to get the exponential term e power alpha x, and beta means we are going to get the trigonometric function. So c1 cos beta x plus c2 sin beta x. So y is equal to e power alpha. Alpha is nothing but minus 2 x, c1 cos x, beta is nothing but 1, and c2 sin beta x. So that's all. So there is nothing much difficulty in it, and I am modifying this problem here itself. Instead of d square plus 4d plus 5, if it is given like whole square, so we are going to get the same root, but we are going to get 2 times because whole square is there. So minus 2 plus minus iota, and again minus 2 plus minus iota. So what is going to happen in that case? This is going to be of 4 order, so we should have the 4 arbitrary constants. So only these constant multiplications are going to be different. So instead of c1 they will be like c1 plus c2x, and here instead of c2 they are going to be c3 plus c4x, because complex roots but repeated, and they are 4 in number, so we are going to get 4 arbitrary constants, c1, c2, c3 and c4. So just this difference will be there, c1 plus c2x cos x, and instead of c2 we are going to write c3 plus c4x sin beta x. So that's how you have to build the concepts in mathematics. And now let us solve the final problem. And fifth problem is y triple dash minus 6y double dash plus 11y dash minus 6y is equal to 0, and it is asked what is going to be the general solution of this particular question. So there is nothing much difficulty in it, but we have to solve it because it is of third order. So d cube minus 6d square plus 11d minus 6 into y is equal to 0. So this is going to be our f of d, and f of d is equal to d cube minus 6d square plus 11d minus 6 is equal to 0. So this is going to be our auxiliary equation, and we have the root as 3, order as 3. We are going to get 3 root, means we are going to get 3 arbitrary constants, c1, c2 and c3. But the typical part over here is that we have to get the solution of this particular equation, because it is not of second order, right? If it is of second order, we can just simply make use of quadratic equation roots, minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. But first we have to calculate the first root, and that we have to do with the little hit and trial method. So I am substituting d is equal to 1. So f of d is equal to 1 minus 6 plus 11 minus 6. So this is going to be 1 plus 11 is 12 and minus 6 and minus 6 is minus 12. So d is equal to 1 is satisfying. So in the first go itself we have got the root. So it is not always possible. We have to make use of substitution like minus 1, 1, 0 or 2, minus 2. These roots are going to be there, but you have to do little hit and try. So we have got one root as d minus 1, and now we are going to get some quadratic equation is equal to 0, but this also we have to get. How we are going to do that? For that we have to make use of division. So simple division we used to study in our 10th, 11th or 12th, so that we have to make use here to get the quadratic equation. So dq minus 6d square plus 11d minus 6, and you have to divide it by d minus 1. So this is nothing but simple division, right? So have d square over here, so d square into d is dq and minus d square. So minus plus this gets cancelled, and minus 6d square plus d square is nothing but minus 5d square, and 11d will take from here. So minus 5d will have to take, so this is going to be minus 5d square and minus minus plus 5d. So again if you subtract it, the sign are going to be changed. So minus 5d square plus 5d square cancel, 11d minus 5d is nothing but 6d, and minus 6 we have to take from here, and plus 6 if we do, this is going to be 6d minus 6. So minus plus the remainder will be 0. So this is going to be the quadratic equation at this particular place. So d square minus 5d plus 6. So the question is easy only, we know the idea, but this part we have to be very careful. This we must know how to get it. And also I will tell one more method to solve this particular equation, to get the quadratic equation or to get the roots of this particular equation of order 3. So I have said you about the simple division, right? Simple division. So if you are not feeling really comfortable with it, I'll tell you one more method to solve this kind of problems. So that is going to be known as synthetic division. So what is going to happen in that case? First we have to write all the coefficients of our equation. So 1, minus 6, 11 and minus 6 we have to write, and we have one root as d is equal to 1. So this first we have to do, and now start with initial value as 0. So start with 0 and add it in the vertical manner. So 1 plus 0 is nothing but 1. So for example if it is 5, so 5 plus 0 is 5. So and now multiply this with 1. So 1 into 1 is going to be 1. So now add in the vertical manner. Minus 6 plus 1 is minus 5. Multiply minus 5 with 1 is nothing but minus 5. Add vertically 6. 6 into 1 is 6. So minus 6 plus 6 is going to be 0. So this you are going to get as remainder. So if you have the solution of this particular equation, you are going to get the remainder as 0. So the question will be framed in such a way that if we have one root, we have the like fixed quadratic equation. Otherwise solving the problem will be easy. So for sure you are going to get the remainder as 0. So now if you have the look of coefficient 1, minus 5 and 6, 1, minus 5 and 6. So you are going to get the quadratic equation as d square minus 5d plus 6. So either of the method you can write by your own. So simple division as well as synthetic division. So now there is nothing much left. We have the quadratic equation, and now try to find out the roots of the quadratic equation. So the root of quadratic equation will be minus b plus minus under root b square is nothing but 25 minus 4ac divided by 2a. So 5 plus minus 25 minus 6 4 ja 24 divided by 2. So 5 plus minus root over 1 divided by 2. 5 plus minus 1 by 2. So 6 by 2 and 4 by 2. So 3 and 2. So 2 and 3 are going to be the root. So we have the root as 2 and 3, right? So this we can write as d minus 1 into d minus 2 into d minus 3 is equal to 0. And instead of making the use of formula minus v plus minus b square minus 4ac, you can do it in this manner also. So this is also simpler only. What you have to do, you have to make the combinations of numbers so that the addition is minus 5 and multiplication is c. So nothing but minus 3d and minus 2d. So minus 3d and minus 2d is minus 5d, and minus 3 into minus 2 is minus 6. And now you can just simply write the roots as d minus 3 into d minus 2. how we are going to write that for that also I will tell you one more step. Take d common, this is nothing but d minus 2, and here take minus 2 common, this is again d minus 3. So and in this whole equation take d minus 3 common, so d will be left here and minus 2 will be left here, so d minus 3 into d minus 2. So in this way also you can get the solution. This is nothing but getting the factor of quadratic equation. So if you are not comfortable with this also, you can make use of the formula minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac. So whatever is convenient for yourself. So now we have the roots as a is equal to 1, b is equal to 2 and c is equal to 3. So this is as simple as first case. All the roots are real and they are not at all repeated. So we are going to get the exponential terms. So the general solution is going to be y is equal to c1 e power x, c2 e power 2x and c3 e power 3x. So that's all the idea. And now we'll have the look of one more problem, so that because whatever we have discussed till now is kind of forward manner. If we have the differential equation, how we are going to write the general solution, but there is one more possible way to ask the question in this particular domain, that is if you have given the independent solution, how we are going to end up with the differential equation. So reverse thing you have to do, but I think the session is going little longer, but that is going to take only 1 or 2 minutes. So let us solve that also, otherwise in the next session we won't be able to start with the fresh concept. So the problem is given as e power x, e power cos x, e power sin x are the independent solutions of which differential equation. So in this case we have the reverse technology, that we have the general solutions, and those solutions are of which differential equation. So we have to do the reverse work. So all the general solutions given, just multiply them with the arbitrary constant. So c1 e power x plus c2 e power x cos x and c3 e power x sin x. So multiply with the arbitrary constants and add all of them. So this is going to be the general solution. And now by simplifying it little further, we have the solution as c1 e power x, and take e power x common, c2 cos x plus c3 sin x. And this particular term, as it is exponential one, we are going to have the real root, right? So if the root is a, we are going to get the term as c1 e power ax. So by comparing it, we have a is equal to 1 over here. And if we have exponential term as well as the trigonometric term, it means we are going to have the roots are nothing but complex one. So if we compare it with e power alpha x, c2 cos beta x plus c3 sin beta x, right? So the alpha is equal to 1 and beta is also 1. So the roots are alpha plus minus iota beta, 1 plus minus iota. So and also as the number of arbitrary constants are 3, c1, c2 and c3, so it is quite clear that we are going to get the differential equation of third order. So for a equal to 1, we are going to get the term as d minus 1, and for alpha is equal to 1 plus iota and beta is equal to 1 minus iota, we have to get the quadratic equation. So let us make use of general form of quadratic equation, that how we write the equation, that ax square plus bx plus c, right? So how we do write it as x square, or let's take y square, and minus of alpha plus beta y and plus alpha beta is equal to 0. So that's the standard form of quadratic equation, right? If we have the roots, how we have to make the quadratic equation. So that we can do, or let us take d itself over here, why to confuse yourself. So d square minus alpha plus beta, so 1 plus 1 is 2, plus iota and minus iota is 0. So 2d, and plus alpha beta 1 plus iota into 1 minus iota. So 1 into 1 plus iota, 1 plus iota and minus iota, and iota and plus minus is minus, iota square minus 1. So this is nothing but plus, iota gets cancelled, so 2. So the multiplication is 2. So the roots of the equation d square minus 2d plus 2 are nothing but 1 plus iota and 1 minus iota. So we have the quadratic equation with us. So the quadratic equation or the auxiliary equation completely, we have f of d is equal to 0, means d minus 1 and d square minus 2d plus 2 is equal to 0. So as you can see, we are doing the reverse procedure, right? We were going in the forward direction as of now. If we have this particular thing, we have to write the solutions and then general solution, but here we have general solution and we have to write the differential equation. So just now simply multiply inside. So we are going to get dq minus 2d square plus 2d minus d square plus 2d and minus 2 is equal to 0. So d cube minus 2d square and minus d square is nothing but minus 3d square plus 4d minus 2 is equal to 0. So this is going to be our differential equation, or if you wish to write in terms of y, you can write as y triple dash minus this is nothing but f of d is equal to 0, but our differential equation is f of d into y is equal to 0. So y term we have to include. So our solution will be y triple dash minus 3y double dash plus 4y minus 2 is equal to 0. So that's how you have to approach if the solution are given and differential equation is being asked. So that's all the complete idea about in the forward manner and in the reverse manner as well. So that is all for this particular session. If you have any doubt, you are free to ask in the comment section, and from next session onward we are going to have the look of non homogeneous linear differential equation of higher order. Thank you.